The moment my daughter-in-law leaned close during our family dinner and whispered that she was carrying my husband's baby, my whole world stopped. She expected tears, anger, and humiliation. Instead, I smiled, laughed softly, and told her not to worry. She walked away believing she had already won. What she did not know was that within a few weeks, the truth would destroy every lie she had carefully built. My name is Evelyn, and I had been married to my husband Richard for more than 40 years. We had built a peaceful life together and raised a wonderful son named Ethan. When Ethan married a much younger woman named Vanessa, I welcomed her with an open heart, even though something about her always felt calculated. She was charming on the outside but constantly watched people as if she was searching for their weaknesses. Everything changed during a family dinner when Vanessa proudly announced that she was pregnant. Ethan was overwhelmed with happiness, but before anyone could celebrate, she leaned toward me and quietly claimed the baby belonged to my husband. I looked across the table and noticed Richard refusing to meet my eyes for the first time in decades. Doubt entered my heart. Over the following days, I replayed months of strange behavior. Richard had become distant, hidden financial records, and held secret conversations with Vanessa whenever Ethan was away. I convinced myself I needed proof before accusing anyone. Quietly, I began searching for answers. I discovered secret bank accounts, mysterious cash withdrawals, and signs that something far more complicated than an affair was happening. As I watched Vanessa more closely, I noticed she frequently met our gardener, Daniel, in private. One afternoon, I saw her secretly hand him an envelope filled with money. Their nervous behavior made it clear they were hiding something. Meanwhile, Richard looked exhausted and burdened, as if he had been carrying a painful secret for months. My investigation uncovered financial documents proving that Ethan had accumulated massive gambling debts. Vanessa had encouraged his addiction, convinced him to take huge loans, and then used his desperation to control him. Richard had secretly been paying money to dangerous people in an attempt to protect our son. Vanessa twisted the situation by threatening to accuse Richard of having an affair if he refused to cooperate with her lies. The final piece of the puzzle appeared by pure chance. Vanessa accidentally left behind a DNA report in our guest bathroom. When I opened the envelope, the truth became crystal clear. Ethan was not the father of the baby. Richard was not the father either. The real father was Daniel, our gardener. Vanessa had invented the entire story to manipulate our family while protecting herself from the consequences of her own betrayal. I finally understood everything. Richard had never cheated on me. He had sacrificed his own reputation to shield Ethan from the shame of his gambling addiction. Instead of telling me the truth, he chose to suffer in silence because he feared reopening painful memories from my childhood, when my own father lost everything through gambling. Rather than confronting Vanessa immediately, I planned one final family dinner. Just as she had once humiliated me at our table, I decided the truth would be revealed in the same place. During dinner, I calmly brought up genetics and modern DNA testing before placing the laboratory report in front of everyone. Ethan picked it up, read every word, and slowly realized the child was not his. Vanessa desperately tried to invent new lies, but the evidence destroyed every excuse. Richard finally admitted he had only pretended to cooperate with her to protect Ethan from criminals, demanding repayment of his debts. Ethan broke down as he realized how deeply his addiction had damaged the people who loved him most. That evening, Vanessa packed her belongings and left our home. I made sure she had somewhere safe to stay until the baby was born because I refused to answer cruelty with revenge. Months later, she gave birth to a healthy little boy and even sent me a letter thanking me for giving her a chance to rebuild her life honestly. Ethan entered treatment for his gambling addiction and slowly rebuilt his future. Richard and I grew closer than ever because we finally learned that even painful truth is stronger than comforting lies. Looking back, I realized the greatest victory was never exposing Vanessa. It was saving my family before her deception destroyed all of us forever.